Let's get it. Let's go. Hey everyone. Self FX here. Today I'm gonna be teaching you guys about fair value gaps. Um, what is a fair value gap? A fair value gap is basically. Let me just sketch it out for you. Let's do that. Yeah, let me just sketch it out manually. Then we'll identify the zones and price. A fair value gap is. Can make this nice and black. And then can make this what? Green. Can give this candlestick a wick like that. Manually sketch it out. So what a fair value gap is, is zones within price in which price has not completely distributed or filled. In other words, when three candlesticks tend to form like this, the first candlestick, we'll call this one A. Sorry. Call this one A. Then we'll call this one B. Then we'll call this one C. Yeah. So when you got like three candlesticks, A, B, and C, right? When price fails to completely fill the zone of B via the wicks of candle A and B, we regard this zone as a fair value gap, and we highlight it out like this. Okay, just make it like this. Like this. So this zone in which price has not wicked or is regarded as unfilled is a key area in which price tends to revisit to rebalance, indicating a potential continuation. In other words, if price was bearish like this, right? Let me just sketch it out first. Fair value gap. We call this zone of fair value gap. So if we bearish and price tends to create this pattern right here, we regard this as insufficiency. In other words, price tends to revisit these key zones to rebalance and then form a form of a continuation. In other words, we regard it as a form of a retest. If we're speaking in retail language, whereby price is bearish and then it revisits the gap zone to initialize or indicate a potential continuation moving bearish, vice versa if it was bullish. So when price is moving like this, it tends to react and revisit these zones like this as a continuation moving bearish. And in smart money, we use these zones as key reversal areas on higher time frames, and in higher time frames you tend to call them PD arrays. So if this zone is identified in a time frame that's not going to be utilized for entries, we will be calling these zones PD arrays, and that is written like this. Sorry, just got a little flu. PD arrays. So if this pattern tends to form on a higher time frame, it's regarded as a PD array. Let me just show you a few more examples on live chart data to help you identify these zones. So right now we are on the 4-hour time frame on GBP USD. This zone right here, this is what we call a fair value gap. For, as you can see, price did not fulfill this zone using the 3 bars. A, B, and C. So price left this void, which price tends to rebalance and revisit it to formulate or initialize a continuation moving bullish. Here's one here that can still be identified. It's a bit hidden, but it's right here. So these zones, when we scale down to a lower time frame, let me just highlight them out so it's easier to see on a lower time frame. So when we mark out these zones like this on a higher time frame, we expect price to potentially revisit these key zones right here and potentially reverse or initialize a continuation. So if we were to identify these zones on a larger time frame, on a smaller time frame, for example, the 15-minute time frame, this whole range, this whole fair value gap will be regarded as a PD array, in which it's a higher time frame fair value gap. So you can identify it as fair value gap, higher time frame, PD array. Let's just see. Same goes to the one above here, but we're mainly gonna focus on this one for it's more cleaner. Let's see if we can identify some form of a structure on a higher time frame. Well, on the 1 hour, this fair value gap can also be refined into like a smaller time frame to get like the full fair value gap. For example, we've got multiple fair value gaps within the zones right here. Being the first one being this one right here. This would be identified as a fair value gap. This would be identified as a fair value gap. This would be identified as a fair value gap. PD array, same as this. But there are key things that price tends to do when it reacts through these fair value gaps, whereby price may react through any of this, but if price is gonna reverse within them on a smaller time frame, price can create some form of a pattern within here indicating a potential reversal. So whatever happened here, whatever form of price happened in this zone could have happened within this fair value gap right here and this fair value gap right here. So now I'm gonna pause the screen and you will be identifying fair value gaps that you potentially see within this range right here. So 3, 2, 1. So here are the fair value gaps provided within this price range going down like this. So we tend to anticipate price reacting through this fair value gaps zones right here. So price tends to revisit these zones to indicate some form of a continuation moving down. But when they bearish, we call them CBs, and when they bullish, we call them BISIs. Let me just sketch them out for you. Here you go. So whenever price provides fair value gaps moving bearish, we regard them as CBs, and then when they bullish, we regard them as BISIs. BISIs as B-I-B-B. What? Let me just type it down. English.